We don't accept that the territorial waters around Crimea are Russian, they're Ukrainian. A very unified reaction from Europe and the United States, very clear, same message. We do not accept and will not accept Russia's claimed annexation of Crimea. We don't accept that the territorial waters around Crimea are Russian, they're Ukrainian. We don't accept, therefore, that the Kerch Strait is completely Russian. We believe it is shared sovereignty, as in the 2003 agreement, and we believe that Russia needs to live up to those things. So that's the legal side of it.
The US and its allies flew a military aircraft over Ukraine last Thursday as a show of support after Russia attacked Ukrainian naval vessels in the Black Sea last month. A US Air Force OC-135 observation plane flew over Ukraine today with US, Canadian, German, French, United Kingdom, Romanian and Ukrainian observers aboard, Pentagon spokesman Eric Pahon told VOA. The timing of this flight is intended to reaffirm US commitment to Ukraine and other partner nations, according to a US military statement. The military added that Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukrainian ships near the Kerch Strait on November 25 is a dangerous escalation in a pattern of increasingly provocative and threatening activity. Pahon said the observation plane left a base near Washington on November 30 and flew in Ukrainian airspace after a stop in Germany. The Arms Control Directorate of the Ukrainian General Staff requested the flight under the Open Skies Treaty, which allows unarmed aerial surveillance flights over the entire territory of participating states. The treaty promotes openness and transparency in military activities through reciprocal, unarmed observation flights, Pahon said. The Kerch Strait is the only passage to and from the Black Sea and the Inland Sea of Azov, which is jointly controlled by Russia and Ukraine. Last week's U.S. military flight comes a day after CNN reported the U.S. Navy is also preparing to sail a ship into the Black Sea in response to Russia's actions against Ukraine. CNN reported that U.S. force begins major preparation to deploy guided missiles destroyer to the Black Sea, amid Russia-Ukraine tensions. The Pentagon has reportedly asked the State Department to inform Turkey that it planned to send a warship to the Black Sea. The United States is required to notify Turkey under a treaty that governs the passage of military vessels from the Mediterranean to the Black Sea.
And then on the military side of that, what Russia did in pursuing and attacking these Ukrainian vessels, impounding the vessels, arresting the sailors, is a clear violation of international law and a violation of the bilateral arrangements with Ukraine. And we insist that Russia must return the sailors and return the ships.
U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine, Kurt Volker, says Russia needs to release the Ukrainian sailors taken captive in the Kerch Strait in late November, by Christmas, or before the New Year. Volker spoke with VOA on Monday in Washington, explaining that the United States and its Western allies are considering a number of options to prevent Russia from asserting any more unilateral control in the shared waters of the Azov Sea. He said Russia's actions in the November 25 confrontation, when it fired on and eventually seized 3 Ukrainian Navy ships attempting to pass from the Black Sea into the Sea of Azov, through the Kerch Strait, are a clear violation of international law and violation of bilateral agreement with Ukraine. He said the United States insists that Russia return the ships and the 24 Ukrainian soldiers and intelligence agents arrested by Russian security agents. Volker said the United States' European allies could move to bar Russian vessels coming from Crimea, or the Azov Sea from European ports. He said the move was suggested recently by Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, General Secretary of Germany's ruling Christian Democratic Union, and an aspiring successor to outgoing German Chancellor Angela Merkel. "It is a very strong measure and a very creative one," Volker told VOA. "We'll see if they pursue it." He said the United States wants such measures to put pressure on Russia and get to the point at which Russia is willing to negotiate a solution. As reported by CNN, U.S. military is tired of Russian aggression in every corner of the world. Now U.S. is serious, and will take action to counter Russia's military moves. Early this month, the U.S. Navy has conducted a so-called freedom of navigation operation near disputed waters in the Sea of Japan, to challenge excessive maritime claims made by Russia in the area. The guided missile destroyer USS McCampbell, which is forwards deployed to the U.S. naval base in Yokosuka, Kanagawa Prefecture, sailed in the vicinity of Peter the Great Bay to challenge Russia's excessive maritime claims and uphold the rights, freedoms, and lawful uses of the sea enjoyed by the United States and other nations, U.S. Navy Lieutenant Rachel McMahon, a spokesperson for the U.S. Pacific Fleet, said in a statement. The move angered Russia and Moscow threatened to take provocative actions in retaliation. Under international law, a nation's territorial waters extend 12 nautical miles from the coast. The U.S. objects to Russia's claim to an area of the bay beyond the 12 nautical miles. The U.S. Navy also conducts freedom of navigation operations in an area of the South China Sea claimed by China. The Pacific Fleet says these operations demonstrate that the United States will fly, sail and operate wherever international law allows, including in the Sea of Japan and elsewhere around the globe. The U.S. naval operation in Russian-claimed waters comes amid deepening tension between the two countries over Russia's seizure last month of Ukrainian naval vessels. U.S. media say the U.S. Navy is also planning a similar operation in the Black Sea, where Crimea is located. Russia annexed the peninsula from Ukraine in 2014.